The classical music of India has evolved in two different directions, although both styles stem from the same root sources that date back as far as 3,500 years ago. Northern Indian Hindustani music, the type made world famous by the master of the sitar, Ravi Shankar, shows the influences of Persian and Islamic cultures from the period when India was under the rule of the Mughal emperors. This music is primarily instrumental and emphasizes the performer's improvisational skills. The Carnatic music of southern India is closer to the ancient Hindu forms. It is primarily vocal, and while improvisation is still an integral part of it, there are also thousands of composed pieces, many of them created between the 13th and the 18th centuries. Houston-based Indian classical singer Prema Bhat explores the emotional content of the music of southern India in a presentation tomorrow evening at the Young Centre. She joined our producer Bob Stevenson in the Geary Performance Studio to talk about and demonstrate some of the expressive qualities of Carnatic music.
Prema Bhat, welcome and thanks for being our guest today on the front row.
Thank you for having me.
This lecture recital that you're giving tomorrow evening at the Young Center of Houston, Emotion and the Music of South India. We'd like to get kind of a little preview, a hint of what you're going to be talking about and performing tomorrow night at the Young Center. Let's start off with the basics. You use the word raga, which we've heard many times. That's the basic building block of Indian music, north and south. It's analogous to our scales or modes or keys. That's the basic material that any piece is built on.
Yes, a raga, it can be translated roughly to musical scale, but Indian ragas, whether it is from north or the south, they all express certain emotions, various emotions, joy or sadness, or some ragas could express, they are more masculine in nature, or sometimes it can express certain time of the day like evening or night or late night, and various emotions. So sometimes it can express certain seasons also, which is more so in North Indian tradition than in South India. Mm-hmm. Long time ago, our ancestors believed that if you sing or play certain ragas at certain time, it has a balancing effect on everything in the nature, and including ourselves. For example, if you sing an early morning raga during early morning time, it has kind of, meditative effect. For example, let me show you this one. This is an early morning raga called Bauli. The scale goes this way. Sarhi ka pa dhasa sani da pa ga pa ga re sa ta If you could notice something in this raga, these notes have some kind of tenderness to it in the presentation, so that time is suitable for early morning and time for meditation. Whereas I give you an example for an evening raga where the scale is different, the combination of notes are different. This raga is called Hindola. Sa ga ma da ni sa sa ni da ma ga sa ta dha ri na I can give you one more example.
Before you do, you said that was an evening raga. What was the mood or emotion that was being expressed there?
Evening, there is more energy in the air.
Yes.
So this raga with this particular note, ma, sagha, ma, the fourth note, it brings majesty or more dignity in the air. So brings a lot of energy.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's best to sing in the evening. Yeah.
All right. We're violating your timetable
Yes,
here.
yes.
And what was the third one that you wanted
The
to
third one, this one expresses deep sadness. This raga is called Madhuvanti.
So Raga Madhuvanti.
Raga Madhuvanti,
With
yes.
expressing the mood of sadness for what time of day?
It could be sung in the night.
Okay.
Yeah. Later part of the night.
Now, in your vocalizing, were you just singing vocal syllables or were those actual words, lyrics?
So far I have not used any words.
Okay.
And initially what I did was I just sang the scale to
Yes.
give the listener some idea. And later what I did was I used a form of improvisation called alapane. And here there is no lyric, no words. We only use some sounds. For example, usually the sound goes like, ah or na, something like that.
Well, let's have you perform a short version of one of your ragas now. Tell us what you'll do here.
What I will be doing now is I will elaborate what I sang earlier.
Okay.
This is an early morning raga called Bauli. The composer is Swati Tirunal, who comes from the 18th century, who was a great composer. He had a very short life. He lived, I think, about 34 or 36 years, but he has composed so many compositions in various languages. This particular composition reflects early morning time. नायक पाहि मां पाललोचन पार्वती 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 नायक पाहि सर्वलोकैकनाथ सर्वलोकैकनाथ सरसिज नेत्र सर्वलोकैकनाथ सरसिज नेत्र सर्व शङ्कुरु मम सरसिज नेत्र पार्वती नायक पाहि मां पाललोचन पार्वती नायक पाहि भानुषशिरथयुतभूमिरथ त्वं भो भानुषशिरथयुतभूमिरथ त्वं भो भासवनिरु छाप हे शम्भो दीन रक्षण कृते हतपुर वरविभो दीन रक्षण कृते हतपुर वरविभो देवदर्विकर कृतभूषण प्रभो पार्वती नायक पाहि मां पाललोचन पार्वती नायक धप धग धरि पगरि सरि पार्वती सरि ग पद सा नि ग प paga bhagari sari parvati dhapa 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 dha gapa dha dhapa gapa dha sani dhapa gapa dha sani ga sani sani dhapa gapa dha sani sani dhapa gapa dhapa pagari sari parvati da da pa ga pa da ri sa ni da pa da sa ni da pa ga pa da da pa ga pa pa pagari sari parvati da ba da sa sa da da pa ga ga pagari sa sa pa ga pagari sari parvati dhappa pa pa da pa da pa da da pa ga pa da pa ga da pa ga da pa ga ri ga 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 ri sa ri ga ri sa ni da sa ri ga pa pa ga ri ga pa da pa ga pa da sa 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 ni da pa ga pa da sa sa da pa da sa sa ri sa da ri sa ni da pa ga pa da sa ri ga pa ga ri sa ni da pa ga pa da sa ri sa ni da pa da sa ri sa ni da pa da sa ga ri sa ni da pa pa ga ri sa ri parvati nayaka pahima This is an example for an evening raga. The name of the raga is called Hindola. It is a pentatonic raga. What I will do before that, this is a composition of Muthuswami Dikshitar. He is one of the trinity of Carnatic music, and he has composed hundreds of songs in various ragas and talas. This tala is called Rupaka Tala. It has 3 beats rhythmic cycle. Tattaganam tattaganam tum tattaganam tum tanam tum tattaganam tum tattaganam tum tattaganam tum tattaganam tum tattaganam tanam tanam tattaganam anum tanum tattaganam tattaganam tum tada anum tattagananum tattaganam nam tum tanam num tanam num tanam num tattaganam tum tada nam tum tanam 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 nam tattaganam tattaganam tum tadha anum dadanum dadanum dadaganam tum tadanum tum tadhaganam tanam taganam tanam 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 taganam tanam 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 taganam tagaganam गोवर्धनगिरीशं स्मरामि अनिशं गोवर्धनगिरीशं स्मरामि अनिशं गोवर्धनगिरीशं स्मरामि गोवर्धनगिरीशं स्मरामि अनिशं गोवर्धनगिरीशं स्मरामि गोपिकादिमनोहरं गरुवितकंसादिहरं गोवर्धनगिरीशं स्मरामि गोपिकादिमनोहरं गरुवितकंसादिहरं गोवर्धनगिरीशं स्मरामि गोविन्दनामसार गजेन्द्र रक्षणधीरं गोविन्दनामसार गजेन्द्र रक्षणधीरं गोविन्दनामसार गजेन्द्र रक्षणधीरं कविजनहृन्मन्दारं कनकजित सुशरीरं कविजनहृन्मन्दारं कनकजित सुशरीरं रविशशिनयनविलासं रमणीयमुखवासं शिवगणादिविश्वासं श्रीगुरुगुहमनोल्लासं गोवर्धनगिरीशं स्मरामि Here, at the beginning of the song, before I sang the song, I introduced another form of improvisation called Tanam. Here, there is no word, but the only word that we use is A or Nam, sometimes Ananta, which means infinite. So, it's a form of improvisation, and I sang the song itself. The song was set to Rupakatala, 3 beats, 3 rhythmic cycle.
An evening raga, Hindola,
Yes.
expressing the mood or emotion of...
More majesty, more energy in the air, more
Yes.
dignity. So, whatever that comes along, with evening time,
Right.
more energy.
And before that, we heard the raga Bauli, an early morning raga.
Early morning raga,
That
yes.
took us from a quiet, meditative place to something with a little more energy. We were a little more awake there at the end of it than we were at the beginning.
Yes.
Performed on the front row by Prema Bhat, previewing the lecture recital that she's going to be giving tomorrow evening at the Young Center of Houston, Emotion and the Music of South India. And Prema, we thank you for sharing your music with us today on the front row.
Thank you so much for having me, Bob.
Thanks also to Todd Hulslander, our audio producer, for this session from the George Geary Performance Studio. For the front row, I'm Bob Stevenson.
Prema Bhat presents Emotion and the Music of South India tomorrow evening at 7 at the Young Centre on Montrose Boulevard. There's more information on the Young Centre's website, to which we have posted a link at thefrontrow.org.